Hello everyone. This is gonna be a God. I'm having a panic attack. I genuinely am having a panic attack right now. Um, I don't want to make this about me because it's not the center of the video, but I have been dealing with a lot of mental health stuff. Namely PTSD, anxiety, and depression. Um, I've been dealing with a lot of mental health stuff for like 15 years out of the 23 years I've been alive. Maybe even more, maybe like 17 years I've been dealing with depression. I've been like very, very, very young age. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. I am getting help for this, but my so-called delusions seem to be coming true. Um, I talked to so part of my PTSD and anxiety is that I fear for my life. I was beaten as a kid and I was bullied in every stage of my life through primary school to high school to college. And now every second of the day there's always a thought in the back of my mind that is someone going to kick down that door and start beating the crap out of me. And then you have the Ukrainian woman getting stabbed in the neck 5 times or whatever it was, and all she did was nothing. She was looking at her phone, scrolling through her phone, and some guy decided that would be a good idea to stab her in the neck 5 times. Um, if you're on Facebook at all, if you're on you might have seen the not you wouldn't have seen the footage, but you would have seen like stills of that event, and there's one image of her on the train, like curling herself up into a ball, looking up at the guy who just stabbed her in the neck with fear, and she's you can see that she's scared for her life, and this occurred within 0 seconds. A guy just decided to stab her in the neck, and then a couple of hours ago I found out that Charlie Kirk gets assassinated today. Technically not today. In America it would be today, I think. But for me it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I am terrified for what this means for the world. In England, we have our own problems. We have immigrants coming to this country. We have English people like putting up Palestine flags, and people, but the police in England taking down the Union flag or the Cross of St George, which is the English flag, where the Union flag for my American viewers out there is the Welsh, Irish, Scottish, and English flag. So like the states have their own flag, but the United States is the American flag. That kind of thing. I made a Facebook post on my personal Facebook. I'll actually read it out because Jesus Christ. You want to know how destructive the internet is? And I was talking about the woman and that still of her fearing for her life. I open up Facebook, and that's the photo I see. The exact. I want to say something right now that photo is of a dead woman. She's just been stabbed in the neck in that photo. But do you go? The world is ending. I don't know what to talk. I don't know what to say. The world is dead. Everyone's going to die. The world is ending. America. There are people on the internet who are celebrating the death of a guy who just wanted to have a conversation. So I'll read out what I said here. Charlie once said, "When people stop talking, violence occurs." And it saddens me that even though all he wanted was to start a conversation and allowed anyone and everyone to say what they wanted, Charlie was shot dead. Whether it be a young, beautiful girl just taking the subway home, or a man talking about the God Almighty, it is not safe in America. I don't live in America. I live in the United Kingdom. Um, and I would always call it the United Kingdom because even though Welsh people, Irish people, and Scottish people celebrate the hate of English people, I love all people except evil people. But with all God and Almighty and Jesus and the love of God, uh, uh, I do not hate you. I forgive you. I forgave the person who shot Charlie the moment it happened. Um, this sucks. You know, I'm not. I don't want to get political. I'm not going to say that it was the left who did it because it's not the left who did it, is it? It's a guy, and a guy isn't the entire left. Charlie was someone on the right. He wasn't the right. So I'm not going to say the left did this, the right did that. But I want to point out, even saying that, even though there are bad people out there who'll take all that out of context and not even include what I just said in the video if they talk crap about me, which they probably won't because this will get like no views. But it's the left. People on the left want people to just be people. They want to be proud of who they are. They want to stay who they are. And they want to be allowed to be who they are. They are the community of love, respect, and what I would call hope. But someone on that side murdered a man. So you want peace. You are retarded. I'm sorry. But anyone who says, "I don't care how many people I have to kill for peace, I'm going to do it," you're retarded. I will kill as many women and children as I want to for the name of peace. That's not how that works. The best way, if you wanted Charlie to walk around the streets in his underwear because he's now homeless and has been kicked out of the house, do you know the best way to do that? Is you have a conversation with that person and then have mountains of evidence of why that evidence is that way and also why that evidence shows the way that is. Just like, this is a rock. I can prove this is a rock. Also, here's another piece of evidence to show that this is a rock. But Charlie was doing that. Charlie was opened a conversation so anyone can have a conversation with him. if you have watched any of his videos where it's like, is change my mind, question mark. It's over, like, he wants his mind changed, but there's no, like, actual solid evidence. It's like that you're giving him, and I understand that having, like, 100 people behind you saying that you're wrong and laughing at you isn't the best way to have a conversation with someone. But then you find a way to do that. You try to get on interviews. You 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 stop being the guy who just stands out in the crowd. I'm sure that Charlie, somewhere in his life, I don't know Charlie very well, but I'm sure Charlie at one point in his life was just like, I don't want to be the guy in the crowd anymore. I want to be the guy that the crowd is talking about. I'm not sure who the other guy is, but someone else was doing the same thing. It was like, if you want, I'm going to talk about this subject, come and change my mind. If you watch those videos from, like, early days, it's just a fold up table with, like, a paper sign and sticky tape holding the sign up. Just do whatever you want. Just do it. Like, I'm a YouTuber with 6 subscribers, and this video is going to get 2 views. But I'm going to make the video even that. I don't care. I'm going to do it even if no one cares. Even if I get millions of views on this video and all of them are hate videos towards me, I made my point. And my point is this. Why are we killing each other? Do you want a country where every single person in your country believes exactly what you believe in through violence? Congratulations, you made Nazi Germany. You don't need to kill, like, black people, disabled people, Jewish people to be the Nazis. You just need to help what that guy did, even though it's being called political assassination, it's basically terrorism. I hate you, you don't believe in what I believe in, you deserve death, I'm going to kill you. Congratulations, now people fear you, and now people are going to join your side because they fear you. Congratulations, that's terrorism. I know I said I didn't want to become political, but I'm mentally ill. I'm not afraid to say that I am a sick person. You know, I've got scars on my arm from when I used to cut myself. Maybe I'll cut myself again. Maybe I'll kill myself one day. It doesn't matter. Because we're just people trying to live a normal life, except the people who try to kill each other because they don't believe in what you believe in. There is a Bible verse that I have on my phone, and I want to point out right now, if you think I'm going to have a good conversation with you, I'm having a panic attack right now. You want to know how much trauma I've suffered my entire life? I'm having a panic attack right now. I'm got so much anxiety running through my veins. Look at me. This is torment. And you've done it. There's a Bible verse I want to read. I feel that very relates to the situation with Charlie Kirk. I want to put a say first before I read it, that all Charlie wanted to do was have a conversation with people, and I want you to remember when I said. I want you to remember when I reminded you, when Charlie said, and it's quoted by saying, "When people stop talking, violence occurs." This is the Bible verse. Have I now become your enemy by telling you the truth? And I'm not going to say that what everything that Charlie said was the truth. I'm not even going to sit here and say that Charlie said one truthful thing. But I will sit here and say that Charlie believed what he was saying was the truth. And that truth was his opinion. And in his opinion, there was truth in his opinion. I believe that this shirt I'm wearing is red. That is a factual statement about my opinion. And Charlie died because his opinions weren't correct in the eyes of other people. I haven't looked into the Ukrainian woman, but I know that from what I've heard that I haven't looked into, is that there are news outlets in America talking about why this happened, like what can drive someone to do this, and there are people sympathizing with like the murderer, people calling it like not a race issue or whatever. But if what I've heard is correct, that the guy after stabbing her said, "I stabbed that white bitch," or "I got that white bitch," something like that. "I got that white bitch," something like that. Man, if it's not proof that America is dying, like Americans are taking freedom of speech way too literally. Like, you can say whatever you want, but I'm going to despise the hell out of you if you think that you should sympathize with a murderer. And if I kill someone, right, there should only be justice for the victim. I'll never kill anyone, but it's just there's a lot of I don't think I would have talked about this if I was in the right state of mind, but since I heard about the Charlie Kirk, it just hit me in the stomach. I've watched a couple of Charlie's videos. I didn't agree on all the points, but man, it just hurts. And it hurts me, someone who didn't know him, only knew him as a Christian. I know so little about him that I had to look up how to spell Charlie. I'm dyslexic, so I had to figure out. I went back on Google like 3 or 4 times, trying to spell Charlie. That's how little I care, or knew or cared about this beforehand. But yeah, something something needs to change, and people are refusing for that change. I'm gonna end the video here. My final words on this are the country that was brave against the Nazis are now afraid of letters on someone's tongue. We need to grow our pebbles as a planet, quite frankly. Not even as a country problem, it's a planet problem. I have a, I'm not, okay, so I know I was going to end the video here, but I have a problem. I like, part of in my depression, I say sometimes that I was born, had never known peace. Because when I was born in like 2001, 9/11 had happened the month before. So I was born, and even though I didn't know what war was because I'd been born, I was born in a wartime, and then before that was like Vietnam, before that was World War Two, before that was World War One, and before that was another war, and before that was another war. I don't think there's been one single generation who has known world peace. I don't think any generation has not heard of a battle going on in their generation of time. So yeah, that's this video. Um, to yeah, just stay safe. Uh, if you're lost, if you're confused, find peace in Jesus and God Almighty. Um, and if you think I'm a crazy Christian, I was Christian and then atheist and then a Viking and then atheist and then a Christian again. I've only been Christian again for maybe 2-3 months. So you really have no idea what you're talking about if you think I'm crazy or Christian. I am crazy. I am mentally ill. I'm not denying that. I have many disabilities on me. So yeah. Ta-ta.